Hello everyone, this is A.D. Ramsey of Davita Handcraft Soap. We are on to our second test of deodorant. The first test went okay. It did have a little bit of irritation to the skin because of the baking soda. I think I had, in that test, let me consult my notes, it was 9 grams, and that was probably just a little too high. So this time we're going to go with a half a teaspoon, which I believe that's like 2.5 grams of baking soda. That's what we're going to go with. We're going to also have some Diatomaceous. I believe that's how you properly say this. Diatomaceous earth. Let me scoot you up a little bit. So that's this. This is crushed shells. If I did my research properly, this is crushed up shells. And we're also going to use some. I don't know if I'm pronouncing this properly. I believe this is pronounced Mandelic acid. I bought this from The Ordinary. This is also a from bitter almonds. We're going to use some arrowroot, some coconut oil, a little bit of vitamin E, some almond oil, some shea butter, and some beeswax. We're going to mix this all together. Oh, and the baking soda. And a little bit of baking soda. We're going to melt the oils and the wax. We'll use this container. Put it all in there. And I'll come back in a week and let you know how this particular test turned out. We have to mark it on the bottom. Test 2. Like I said, the first test, it was okay. It worked odor-wise, perfect. Dryness, it was okay. Because it's a deodorant, not an antiperspirant. Because there's a difference. And this is it was a good deodorant, but because it has such a high acid level from the baking soda, it was too harsh for the underarm. I believe that I can probably take a little bit of baking soda, but not that much. I know a few of the natural deodorants, they don't use any baking soda at all. I tried those. They do not work for me at all. But I did say I would go back and try them again because now that my pits have detoxed. You do have to go through that stinky period of detox when you're just using apple cider vinegar with the mother and a little activated charcoal, which is so messy. But trust me, it really works. And you spray your clothes before you put them in the wash. In fact, when I was detoxing, I would just spray I diluted some detergent, and I just used that with a little bit of vinegar, white vinegar. I didn't use my more expensive apple cider vinegar, Briggs. That's the brand I usually use. And I would just spray it and then throw the clothes, shirts in the dirty clothes. So, but we're going to get this all mixed up. I now have this series in a video, what do you call it? When you put the videos, a video series, but it's called something here on YouTube. I'm sure it's scrolling across right now because I can't think of it. but I have them there so you can check these all out and see where my progress has come since I've been testing this for almost a year now, and I still haven't come up with a recipe that I personally feel comfortable enough to sell, because I would like to sell it as a kit with a little bit of apple cider vinegar with some cotton, and if you choose to use the activated charcoal together. I think that people set themselves up thinking, oh, I'm going to go from this commercial deodorant straight to a more natural deodorant, and they fail miserably and go right back to the commercial, which to me, there's nothing wrong with commercial deodorants. If there was one out there that worked for me, trust me, I would use it. Native is the closest one. It did work. It didn't help with the sweating because, again, it's a deodorant and not an anti-perspirant, which as time goes on, you will sweat less because your body will start regulating itself, you know, how it cools itself down and heats itself up. But I don't have time for that. I don't have time for that. I'd rather be comfortable. But I need something that's going to fight that funk. And there's nothing on the market other than Native. And I believe that those ingredients are close enough to maybe I can make them myself. That's what these tests are about. So, let's get into it. Okay, so this is what it looks like. As you can see, it sets up pretty quickly. And I don't know, it's really solid. I'm hopeful that this will work. I am concerned that maybe these crushed up shell powders, fossil shell, that's what this is. Ground freshwater fossil shells. So I am worried that this will have the same result as the baking soda, but the acidity in that opposed to the baking soda is nowhere near as high. But I mean, as far as the irritation. So I'm very curious. I'm very hopeful. This feels pretty hefty as well. So I don't know. We'll see, and we'll come right back, and it will be a moment for you and maybe 2 weeks for me right now. Okay, I'm showing the deodorant. I've used it for the last week and a half. Wonderbar. It really turned out good. This is the one that hasn't been used, but so this is what it looked like. So this one, because this one has the paper still wrapped around it, because I used I upcycled a old container, and I don't want to show that. But this is the same one because I made two, and so I'm still working on the first one. And yeah, this recipe is hitting on something. It's all right. It's all right. I didn't break out with a rash. The last recipe I really liked, but it was just a little too heavy on the baking soda because it did discolor my underarms. They're doing a practice. If you can hear the airplanes, the Thunderbirds are practicing. If you might be able to hear them in the background. That's what that is. I'm not under siege. So yeah, it was a little too strong. This one doesn't work as well with odor, but it does work well with dryness. So I don't know. When I say it doesn't work as well, I did have to reapply. I'm used to just applying deodorant one time. That's it. When I shower, that's it. Until the next time I shower the next day. But this I had to apply it after I showered and when I got up in the morning as well. Because I'm a nighttime shower person. Well, afternoon when I get off from work. So I guess that's about a 12-hour hold. So it holds that long. And it worked. And of course I did mine unscented. I'm not a big fan of scented deodorants, but I guess I will order some small little containers and make different scents for people to try. All right, thank you for following along. This is the test 2, but this is the recipe 3. All right, thank you. Bye. Oh, if you like the shenanigans that go on this channel, please consider subscribing and sharing. Thank you.